In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to get this cool Super Saiyan Blue custom home screen for your iPhone. Stay tuned. First thing you want to do, we want to go to the App Store and download some apps. Like I say in my other videos, these are the same apps you need to download. So the first one being Color Widgets. This app right here. Next app we're going to need is called Gradient Maker. And it's this one right here. And next app we're going to need is called Pro Knockout. This app right here, this is how we're going to be editing our photos. And then lastly, you'll need to have a Pinterest account. So you guys already have a Pinterest, make sure you guys download this app and create an account. This is where you're going to find the photos that I'm using for this tutorial. Alright, so now that we do that, we're going to go over to Pinterest. And we're going to go over, and the link to my Pinterest should be in the description below. But the one that we're going to be using is the Super Saiyan Blue. It's just 2 photos in here, not much. So make sure you guys download that. And so if you need to save it, you click on the photo, you hit save, and then you could create a board and you'll save it to that board. So I already have it saved, so I'm going to hit these 3 dots in the top corner and then hit download image. Alright, now I'm going to go to the other one, 3 dots, hit download image. And then we go over to our photos, and then we can go check to see if they're there, and they're there. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to go over to Gradient Maker to make our wallpaper. But first, we're going to just select this photo, and we're going to use it as reference. So we're going to go over to Gradient Maker. Here it is. And before we do anything, we're going to change these sliders. We're going to change the top 3 all the way to the right, and the last one all the way to the left. And for this color 1, the color we're going to choose is, let's see, we're going to choose the pinkish color for that one. So I'm going to go drag the slider over. I'll move this to about here for now, and change the color 2 to the bluish color, something like that. Hit save. And I'm not going to save it yet to my photos, so we're going to use it as reference. We're going to go and try to compare the two. I may make the blue a bit darker and the pinkish purple as well. So I'm going to go in, start with the pink, and I'll drag the slider over to this side. I think right there looks good. Hit save, and then with the blue, do the same thing. That looks good. Hit save, and then compare the two. That looks pretty good. So I'm fine with this one, so I'm gonna go over and hit this arrow to open it up and hit save. And then we're going to apply this to our wallpaper right now. So go over to our photos, and this is one that we just created. So we're gonna hit this button at the bottom, scroll down, use this wallpaper, pinch the screen to turn perspective zoom off, and it'll show it down here. We're gonna hit set. And then I'll set it as I'll set both for now. Alright, there we go. We'll go back and check and see. And now we have it all set up. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to add our color widgets to our screen. So we're going to long press on the screen, hit the plus sign in the top corner. We're going to search for color widgets. Here it is. And here we have a small widget, medium widget, and a large widget. Of course, we want the small widget, so we're going to hit add widget, and it adds it to our screen. And we're going to do that 3 more times for a total of 4 small widgets. So hit the plus sign. I have color widget right here, so I'm just going to click it and hit add widget. We'll do it again. Add widget, and then 1 more time. Color widgets, add widget, and hit done. There we go. Next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna go open up Pro Knockout, and we're gonna create stickers of the photos that we downloaded from Pinterest. So in this row, we're going to scroll over to sticker and go over to mine, and then here we're going to hit this plus sign. And the first one we're going to start off with, the Goku. There we go. Now make sure we have auto cutout checked here. And you'll know it's checked if it has the white dot with the purple outline. So we're going to hit the plus sign. And that looks pretty good. There's some stuff we have to clean up. I don't know if you could tell, but let me discard it real quick. So we go back to sticker, mine, plus sign, and then click image. And when we hit the auto cutout, the whole image turns pink, and you can see that some of the areas are kind of deleted and erased. So that's how you know some parts of it is missing and you have to correct it. So we're gonna hit that again. We're gonna hit check mark and take a quick look. Yep, some of it needs to be fixed, so we'll go over and do that now. So I'm gonna go down and hit the restore button, and here this blue circle is our brush, so we're going to change the size of it by changing the size slider. And then you could zoom in by pinching with 2 fingers, and then we're just going to drag here, fix that up. Where else? I think some of his arm needs to be fixed here. Should be good. Face looks good, but just to make sure. Just going through and fixing some of these areas. So it looks good to me, so I'm going to hit this move button at the bottom, and you can see that it has this 4 degrees here. Yours might be different, so on and so forth. So to change that back, we're going to change to 0, and then we're going to hit this button right here to center it, and it looks pretty good. So we're going to hit next. We don't have to worry about anything here, this button here. And here we're going to save it as a sticker, so we're going to make sure it's full size. It says PNG, transparent background, and a normal resolution. Hit save as sticker, and then we're going to exit and go to manager, and then there's a sticker that we just created. So we're going to do that again with the other photo. So hit the plus sign, and here choose this one, and make sure you guys have auto cutout selected. This one should be a simple process. It should look good. Yep, and it looks pretty good. We're gonna keep it exactly like this. So I'm gonna hit the next. And then on this page where it says blur, I'm actually going to change the slider. Let's see. Yeah, do all the way to the right where it says 100%. This makes it so when we add it to our wallpaper, it does have a sharp edge like this. It'll kind of blend in, and I think it'll give it a good effect. So we're gonna hit this button here, and then make sure everything's the same, and hit save as sticker. Actually, go to manager, and there's a sticker that we just created. Now what we have to do, we're gonna go back to our photos, and then here we're going to choose the original image that we downloaded, and we're going to hit edit. We're going to hit this button here and hit this one, and we're going to change it to square. And I'm just going to move the image to somewhere here. I think it looks pretty good. So we're gonna hit done. All right, so now we're gonna go back to Pro Knockout, and we're gonna hit the Goku image or sticker that we created. We're gonna hit that one, and it adds the sticker to the foreground. Now we have to add a background to it, so we're gonna hit background here, and hit this background button at the bottom. Hit choose photos, and we're gonna choose the one that we just edited. So it should be this bottom one here. There we go. So now I'm just going to click on the sticker, and I'm going to slide it over a bit. Somewhere here. Yeah, somewhere here looks pretty good. So now I'm just going to hit this check mark at the bottom, and then hit save, and then here we're going to save it to our album. There we go. So now we're going to hit OK, and we go back to color widgets. So we're going to click on this first one, and I'm actually going to click it and change the photo to the one that we just edited. This one, hit choose. There we go. We're gonna make sure the theme is this white color. We're gonna change the font to let's see. I think this one looks good. Any font that you want to use basically, but I'm going to change it to this font. I'm going to hit change widget, and the widget that we want to use should be the third one from the top. There we go. Now that we have that, I'm actually going to delete this battery icon. You can keep it if you want, but I don't really want it, so I'm going to hit more options. And here it says show battery. I'm going to hit hide battery. Alright, and I'm going to hit set widget. Alright, so that should set it as our first widget. So when we go back, all of them should change. And now we have our first widget. Now we have to go back and edit these two. So for this one, it's going to be a clock, and I'll show you the clock in just a second. This one is going to be our weather, and this one's going to be some quotes that Goku has said. So we're going to go and click the second widget. Going to hit the plus sign, and it should have added a widget somewhere. So I'm going to just click this, and oh yeah, here it is. Click it, hit add photo, and I'm going to choose the original image that we edited, this one. hit choose, and then hit change widget, and then I'm going to choose this clock right here. So now I bought the premium version of this app, so if you don't have the premium version of this app, you won't be able to select this one, and if you do, it'll ask you to like subscribe or whatever, either for a year, or you can try it out for 3 days. If you don't want to do it for a year, I think it's like $20. I suggest just going ahead and doing try it for three days, and then you can cancel before that, and then you won't be charged. So I would go that route if I were you. Just go ahead and do that. So I'm gonna go over and hit this clock, and here we go. We have this. So I'm gonna hit set widget. Set it as a widget number 2. Go back to my home screen. I'm gonna long press on it and hit edit widget, and change it to the second one. And now we have that one. We're gonna go ahead and do this one as well. So I have this selected. I don't need to go back, so I'm just going to go and hit change widget. And the one I want is this weather app here. I'm going to hit set widget, and I'll set that as widget number, or set as a new widget, sorry. There we go. So once we go back to the home screen, long press edit widget, and change it to our widget number 3. There we go. Oh, I actually forgot to change the text style, so I'll just go ahead and do that real quick. So go over to that, change the font. I'll use this one. Hit set widget. Make sure it's that widget number 3. Go back and it should update. There it is. So now here we're going to add a text. So I can keep this selected as well. I'm going to hit change widget, and here I'm going to scroll down to custom text, and here, like I said before, I'm going to add quotes, a couple quotes that Goku said. So I suggest going to your internet browser and just searching Goku quotes or Super Saiyan Blue Goku quotes, and then find some that you like, and then save a couple to your notes, and then you can follow along that way. So the ones I'm going to use these 2. So I'm going to go ahead and just copy the text, select, and copy the first one. Go here, go down to this text box, and select all, and hit paste. Alright, and that's how it looks. So we're gonna hit this check, and then hit set widget. We're gonna set this as a new widget. There we go. And I'm actually going to just do the next one. Select, copy, go here, select all, paste. Now this text might be a bit too long, but I'll just keep it anyways. Set widget, and set it as a new widget. There we go. So once you go back and long press edit widget, and I'll choose the widget number 4. There we go. So I actually got to add another widget, and I have to drag it on top of this one. So we're going to just do that right now. We're going to long press on screen, hit the plus sign in the top corner, and go to color widgets, add a widget, a small one. There we go. I'm going to just drag it down here. I'm gonna click it and change it to widget number 5. Alright, so now I'm just gonna drag this on top of this and hit done. So now they're a stack. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to add custom app icons to our screen. So we're going to go back to color widgets. And here we can go back and hit icons. And here I'm going to hit this minimal dark and hit edit pack. So these are all the apps that they have in this app that you can use as a starting point, and just add a background to it, and then you'll be all set. So I'm going to hit edit pack, and I hit add a photo, and I'll choose that image again, choose, and there we go. So after you hit save pack, it's going to ask you what apps you want to install. So you can scroll through, choose the apps that you want, take some out, so on and so forth. There's a lot of options to choose from, so I say choose whatever apps you use the most, so on and so forth. So I'm just going to use these ones that I have. So I'm going to hit install 12 icons. I think we need about let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8, 12 total, so we need 10, but I'm just going to download 12 instead, just to make sure I have enough. So I'm going to hit install 12 icons. When you open up this app, it's going to ask you if you want to download icons using profiles or just save the icons to your photos. I suggest going this route, saving icons to your photos, and make shortcuts yourself. So hit save to photos, and there you go. So you go check your photos, and they should be there. And here are our icons. Alright, so now we're going to create the shortcut. So I am going to search for shortcuts. And if you haven't created a shortcut yet, to do that, you're going to search shortcuts, and here you're going to hit this plus sign in the top corner. You're going to create a shortcut name. I'll just use Twitch, for example. Twitch. And then we're going to add an action. So you can click that, or you can click one of these presets. So it says open app here, so we want the Twitch. Clicking on the Twitch icon shortcut to open up an app. So we hit open app, and now we have to choose the app that we want to open. So I'm going to search Twitch, and I don't have Twitch, so I'll just use my mail for an example. So after you do that, you're going to hit this button here, and then we're going to hit add to home screen. Then once this pop up, I'm going to click this icon here and hit choose photo, and then you will just choose that photo, that Twitch icon that you used, and hit add. Then it'll just add it to your home screen like that. So go ahead and do that for the rest of your apps, and then I'll be right back when I'm done. Alright, so I have 8 of them set up right now, so I'm just gonna go ahead and just move my messages here, my Safari here, my mail here, and my phone here. Alright, so I'm gonna add 2 more of those icons that way, and then the last 2 we're going to customize it and make it look a bit cool. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that real quick, and then I'll be back with the final 2 icons. Alright, for these next 2 apps, we're gonna go over to our photos. And then here we're going to choose recent and click on this image that we created before. Here we're going to hit edit, hit the 3rd button from the bottom, and then this top button here, and we're going to change it to the 16:9, and we're going to pinch the face, try to put it in position. Oh, actually we're going to change it to square and then pinch it into position. Do something like that. Something like that looks pretty good, so I'm gonna hit done, and then I'm just gonna go back and create a shortcut with that. So back, last 2 I need to do is Pinterest and camera, so I'm gonna hit Pinterest, add to home screen, Pinterest, choose photo, and then I will choose this one right here, click that, hit choose, and then add it to our home screen. So now we're gonna go back to our photos, and we're gonna hit edit, and here all we have to do is click the button at the bottom again, and then we're just gonna move the image directly left. So we want to try to keep it in the same position as possible. So just move it here, keep its chin like barely at the bottom. So I'm gonna move it over somewhere, and that looks good. So I'm gonna hit done, and I'm gonna go back to our shortcuts app, and last one I need is my camera, so hit that, add to home screen, choose photo, and then select this image, hit choose, and hit add. Alright, now we have these 2 custom icons at the bottom. So next I'm just going to rearrange it to make it look a bit better. So I'm just going to move the weather down here and these quotes over here, and I like that setup a bit more. Last thing we need to do, we need to add that little background effect to our wallpaper. So we're gonna go back to Pro Knockout, and we're gonna go back, and then we're gonna click that sticker that we created. Here we go. We're gonna choose background, the background button at the bottom, and hit photos. Here we're gonna select our wallpaper, and there we go. And I'm gonna click the sticker, and I'm gonna just scale it down a bit. So that's about half the screen. And hit this check mark at the bottom. That looks pretty good. So I'm gonna hit the plus sign here to make a copy of it. I'll drag it here, and then it'll line up. You can see the little guidelines saying that they're lined up pop up. So I'm going to hit gonna scroll over and flip this image, and I think that looks pretty cool. So now I'm just gonna drag it down to the bottom of the screen. Somewhere here looks good. And I think that looks pretty good. Yeah. So now I'm just going to make sure that's good, and we need to make copies of these two, so we're going to need to drag it back up for a second, hit the copy button, and I'll drag it up here and put it, oops, and I'll put this one back into its spot. There we go. And same thing with this one, hit the plus sign, the +1, and then drag that copy up and move this back down there. And then these two, we're going to flip it. We're going to hit this icon here, and then flip this one as well, and then position this one somewhere here. I think that looks pretty good. So now I'm going to hit the save, and it says save as full size, format JPG. My resolution is HD because I have the premium version. So yours will only be the normal version, but I don't think it'll look that bad. But if you want to get the premium version, like, this app is pretty awesome. I use it all the time for all my editing, so you can go ahead and do that. So I'm gonna hit the save to album button here, and then hit this OK. Go back to my photos, hit that new wallpaper that we created, and hit use as wallpaper. Gonna turn perspective zoom off by pitching the screen. It's set, and I'll set as both my lock screen and my home screen. And there you go. If you like this video, make sure you guys subscribe. Make sure you guys like the video as well. I'm going to be dropping videos as often as possible, and I have a lot more ideas coming your way, so stay tuned for that. Make sure you guys follow my Twitter, my Instagram, and my Pinterest, of course, for all the latest stuff, so to stay up to date. So until then, I'll catch y'all later. Peace.